Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be making a really cute card. We're going to be using the Stamp Market products. We are going to use the checkered cover die, and then we're also going to be using, I believe this is called Sunshine Balloons, and also I think this is called just PS. And so here's what it looks like. You have a little message, PS, a note to say for you, and then various other sentiments. We're also going to be using from scrapbook.com A2 nested dies, and then we're going to be making an A2 card size. So we're going to do, here's my card panel, 110 pound cardstock, and then here's two of my I said card base, and then two of my card panels, and I'll explain that. This is just from a pack from Park Lane from Joann's, and we're going to be using, and then they're 110 pound cardstock as well, so we're going to be using 4 of their colors. I don't know what the names are because I don't provide that kind of information. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of stay close to how it's done on their website, the example, because I really do like that. Now, one thing I will say is I wish I would have had that press and seal, because it's a nice little hack that they provided for the checkered cover dies, because they're going to come out in really small pieces. But I have a workaround if you don't have press and seal, so we'll see if that's actually if it's gonna work, because I was just gonna use some washi tape instead of buying press and seal. So we'll see. I don't know if that's gonna be really helpful, but we can go ahead and give it a try. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down to 5.5, just because I want to be able to use this for, something else. I actually really don't need it that long, but it should be long enough. And then I'm going to use my Sizzix Big Shot Switch Plus. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is open this up. I saw this on their release, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to make this. So okay, so here's the idea that I have. I don't know how helpful this is going to be. Let me see if I can just fit it. No, that's going to be too short. Okay, no problem. I'm going to just use some washi tape and then press it. So here's my washi tape. Let's see. This is going to be really kind of smooth that down, and then have that go across. This is just going to save me from the time of trying to piece this all together. Again, I don't know if it's going to work with this low-tech washi tape, but we'll give it a try. The last one down, so really pushing it down in each of those squares. Make sure that's taped on there really well. And then I'm going to run this through my machine. Just lift that up, turn that around, and it looks like it did a really good job of cutting that. So that's good. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this piece. Okay, so you don't need press and seal if you don't have it. I was going to go out and buy some, and you really don't. You can just use some low-tack tape. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the little pieces that I don't need. So I don't need this one. And you could use these pieces as long as you don't ruin it as you're trying to poke it out. I wonder if I could just, I'm hesitant to push them through. Okay, that's not bad. All right, so then I'll just poke it like that. Okay, well, and this, yeah, this actually kind of works not bad. So you can use these for other things. And then what we're gonna do is add some glue to the pieces. Okay, and then I'm going to line this up so that way it's on there as straight as possible. Okay, we can always trim if we need to. Now what we can do is just peel this up. Now here's the downfall is with press and seal you can see the alignment, so I will give them that. With this it was covered up, so I wasn't able to see that. Plus you're wasting all this mint tape, but for me I'm okay with that because I don't really like this mint tape. It's not that really. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Get that lined up again. Jeez. Okay, go down. I guess I didn't push down on it. One thing I guess I could have done is use tape runner instead. That way I know for a fact it would have gotten down. Okay, lesson learned. First time doing it. Not a professional card maker here. First time using this, so I think, oh shoot. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna peel that one up because that didn't line really well. So I got this side really aligned pretty good. And then I'm not sure what happened there. And then I'll add some glue right there. Okay. There we go. So there, not too bad. And I think what I'll do is just trim this off here to get it, I'm not sure, I think I want a little Cricut. I'm not sure because it's almost aligned perfectly, so maybe my card panel was not trimmed good enough. So maybe I want Cricut on that, and that could have been. So what we'll do is we'll just get the paper trimmer and trim that off ever so slightly. Okay, I think I could have gone down just a little bit, just a hair, just a hair. You know, I do want this to have a border, so why don't I just trim this 1/8 on both sides. And that way it won't be a problem. So this is going to get trimmed down to 5 4. Oops, 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so that was not bad. Not bad at all. I really do think that turned out a lot better than I thought it was because I didn't have that press and seal. So that actually worked out not bad. So really do like that. That is so pretty. Yeah, it's definitely uneven in some areas, but honestly I think what I'll do is I'll end up covering that up anyways, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so I'm gonna move these to the side. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them or get rid of them, and what I can do is just stick it with the die, and if I want to use them I have them already done. Okay, so what I like to do, this is just something I kind of built into my workflow, is I like to kind of assemble what I know is already, you know, for sure going on to the card base. So since this panel is already done, now I will say, do I remember everything? Like what I mean by that is this done? Like the last card I did, I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you guys. I did this happy anniversary card. And I just did it for fun. I didn't record. And I did the same thing. I put the panel onto the card base. So this was the card panel. And then I added the pennants. And I realized that I probably should have waited so I could cut off the sides so that it went past the card panel. So yeah, sometimes that happens when you do what I do. But I don't know. I just like to have things, you know, like certain things done and just ready to go, right? So not saying this is the best, you know, workflow there is, and I don't always do it this way. And by the way, I scored that at 5 1/2 because this is an A2 card panel, so we're doing 4 1/4 by 11, so you scored at 5 1/2. So I'm not saying it's the best way to go about this, but it's just kind of what I have built in. And because I can't see it come, I need to see it come together for me to know like kind of like what's the next step, right? So that's just kind of what I do and how I build my cards for the most part. So just added that foam panel onto the back. And I want this part to be the bottom because I think I have more of an opportunity to hide it if I put that at the bottom. So I'm just going to stand up and try to get this on center just because I feel like I can get things a little bit centered better if I stand up. Not always, but I try to. There we go. So there's my card. Now you can make smaller flowers and larger flowers. I am going to also trim this down and trim this down as panels as well. Now maybe off camera I will make another card and show at the end. It just depends if I feel motivated or not, but maybe I'll make another one using the smaller leaf detail. I think that would be really cute. And these are just for the smaller ones and the medium ones. Okay, there we go. And then also, well, you know what? I want to cut out my arch, but I don't want to do that until I end up gluing this together. Okay. I'm hoping I got it right. I don't know if I did or not, but we'll see. It took me a while to kind of figure out, like how is this, which direction. I don't even know if I still have it, the blooms, if it's going the right way, but I don't know. We will see. And then I think that just goes right there, right? Okay. And we'll just add some glue and put that there. So then these again can go away because I'm not using them in this card, because I just want to do one floral. Oh my goodness. Honestly, this would be cute as it is, but I'm going to try cutting it out on vellum. I'm using vellum cardstock from the Stamp Market. Okay, so I went ahead and cut that out in vellum. I'm not sure if it really is going to add any interest, but you know what? It's okay. We will be okay with it. So then that's kind of what we're going to do. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Bring in my Memento Tuxedo Black, and I already conditioned it so that way we can try to get a good impression, but sometimes those first few stamps does not do good despite how much you try to rub off that coating from the manufacturer. So here we go. Okay, didn't do so bad. Honestly, it could be my ink too. I've had this for years and it's actually doing a good job holding its ink. Like I said in several of my card videos, I've been making cards since I would say 2018, but like I said, I did more paper piecing than anything. That did a swell job, and then I did stamping and die cutting. I really wish I was on YouTube then, but that was never, I was never really into watching YouTube until my husband, like, I used to have cable and I would watch TV, you know, like things I wanted to watch. I would watch, you know, whatever that was on cable. And then when I met my husband, all he did was watch YouTube. Like, he never had cable, and I'm like, what? And yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And then now we canceled our cable because it's, well, you know, it's just getting so expensive, and to only watch it for a few episodes just was not worth the money, right? So we went ahead and just canceled it, and now we just watch. We have a few a la carte things like Netflix, Prime, you know, Peacock, a few of those, because I told my husband, like, listen, I don't mind canceling cable, especially since we don't watch it that much, but I need my Real Housewives, so they are streamed on Peacock, and I said we got to get that, so we did. That was a compromise. So we saved a little bit of money. I wish these were all together, but now I'm kind of liking that because I can take on the curve, so that way you can use any type of arch. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so that's, at first I was a little bit, that kind of sucks, but that actually works out great. It's just a little bit more work up front. Righty, I got all my little pieces all glued together. I did 3 layers of a message little, and then only 2 for the PS. And I also just went ahead and did 2 layers for the little dots. So I think the plan of action is to glue this down, and then I'm going to add foam tape to the back of this, because I don't want that being shown, you know, through the vellum. I'm just gonna kind of do something like this. Let's add some glue. I gotta refill this. It's getting a little bit on the empty side. So this is, I believe this was a July release from June or July. I can't remember. I think this was June. I think this was June, not release, because it took like 3 weeks for me to get this. Because my, apparently my, sorry, I'm just trying to focus on that. My shipments keep on going through Puerto Rico. Like, they'll be sent across the United States because, you know, they get shipped from Utah or Columbus or wherever. And sometimes some of my stuff goes to my post office, gets shipped to Puerto Rico, and then it comes back. And it just takes forever for it to get out there. So it's ridiculous. And I know it's not the company's fault. I'm sure they're not like, oh, let's send that to Puerto Rico. I think it's just the post office that does that. So I think this was June. And honestly, I don't even know when this video is going to get released. This could be in December for all I know. I have enough card content to go through beginning of October. And that was as of like in the beginning of June, May time. So, yeah, I like making cards. Oh, jeez. I just realized I was putting, these are all probably screaming at me. I was putting a message little, oh my God, that would have totally ruined it. Oh my goodness, Rachel. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I just did that. Oh. Oh, jeez, that could have been terrible. Oh my God. I was like, wait a minute, why isn't this looking right, or looking wrong? And apparently I was not paying attention to my wording. Oh, Thank goodness. I heard you scream. I heard it. Rachel, don't do that. Look at it. Read it. Oh gosh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out some foam tape. I'm going to add the foam tape in areas where I can and then prop this up. Or no, I'm not. What I'll do is I'll just add glue and I'm just going to glue it down. I think it has enough dimension. It doesn't need more dimension. If this was not vellum, I would actually be more than happy to do that, but it's vellum, so I don't want it to be, you know, I don't want to see the glue everywhere. So I'm just adding glue where there's cardstock. I think that's good. All right, what do we think? Oh my goodness, I really like how this card turned out. I mean, it was a little bit of a work to get it done, but honestly, you know, it turned out really cute. I really do love how this turned. I really think it turned out so super adorable. I'm so glad that I bought this this stamp and die set. As always, I'm happy to list that in the description box below. Oh my gosh, look how cute this card turned out. I absolutely think this is one of my favorite cards. I think the vellum was a good idea because I really truly think that if I would have gone smaller so that way you could see the background, it just would have been too condensed. And then if I, of course, kept this a white cardstock, I think that, you know, you would definitely, I know, you would definitely not be able to see the background that we took the time to do. So I went ahead and did another card since I had a leftover flower. Now I do have the other small one, but I'm not going to do that card. I just wanted to do these two cards. So I just kept this one super simple. I embossed the bottom there and I just did, hey cutie. And then I also added some sequins, holistic sequins, and then of course same type of flower but smaller. So here they are, and I don't know, it's so hard to determine like which one's my favorite, so you're gonna have to let me know, this one that we crafted with in the video or this one. I like them both for different reasons. This is more the simplistic side and I just think it's so cute, and it's just, I don't know, I guess if I had to choose, I couldn't. I really can't. They're so cute. Help me decide which one your favorite one is. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys all in the next card or craft video. Bye.